This
Giri.
conference will now be recorded.
Okay, I've been having experience on Dell Boomi for 2.5 years, and total IT experience is almost 7 years. I work with many of the MNCs. Um, Currently, I'm working with the Dell Boomi. Before that, also I have worked with Microsoft Desktop Server, TIPCO Scribe Online, MuleSoft, and also Dell Boomi now. So I have multiple hands-on experience on multiple integration products along with Dell Boomi. So that's all about my experience. So Abhishek, can you tell me about yourself? Like, where are you? In which technology you're working right now, and where you want to learn Dell Boomi, and what is that you wanted from here?
Yeah, sure.
Hmm.
I have around 9 years of total ID experience, and I have been working as a ETL developer. So
Okay.
basically, I am working in Informatica, which is a
Oh,
world leading ETL
yeah.
tool.
ATL tool.
And yeah, so I have been in different companies. So currently, I am not
Mm-hmm.
working. I have taken a break to up skills,
Okay.
my skills.
Okay.
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 So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's it from my side.
Okay. Cool. Cool. That's great. Anyway, you have the background of an ETL, and then it will be easy for you to learn as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Okay. Shall we? Hi, Reshma. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah. Can you hear me? A bit
Yes,
loud?
yes, I can hear you. So, are you able to hear me?
Okay. It's very feeble. Can you just increase your volume? Or
Is it fine now?
yeah, it's better. It's quite better. Okay. Can you
Okay.
just okay? Mhm.
So, I have 6+ years of experience with DXC technology. I currently working as an integration project called Gaia, which
Mhm.
uses Java Caps technology. So we have different services and domains to process
Hello.
the file. Hello.
Okay. I think I lost in between. You're working with the Java apps, right? And then
Yes, yes,
ah, okay. Do you have any integration background experience on any of
yes,
the tool? Okay.
yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. That's great. Okay. Venkat. My name is Venkat. Actually, I've been in IT for the past few years, and I'm working on the IT. Venkat, I can't hear you properly. There's a lot of noise. Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? There is background noise. Is it better now? Oh no, I can't hear you properly. Okay, but I think I have spoken to you yesterday about it, right? Yes. Yeah. Okay. So I think I can. I mean, I know Venkat, and then we can start off with the demo class right now. So if you're okay. So, I mean, I have some set of. I mean, it's a common document we have. What will be covered in the classes which are going on when you're going to start. So here are the topics that I covered. I mean, I don't want to go through because it's already been sent to you guys, it seems, which this will cover everything as for a developer to start working with the Dell Boomi. Uh, so with the current set of document that I have, let we're going to be starting with what is integration. I mean, we already have many of them already have a background of what does integration do, but we'll cover with respect of what is enterprise application integration and how does it difference from B2B and B2E. For a technical perspective, it doesn't make any difference to us, but to present it to a customer or to design an interface, we go with these words. That's it. Like integration between the CRM, ERP. There are many tools. And how is EAI is a little bit different. Not different. EAI covers ETL. ETL is just a migration, but this will have more process and orchestration included in that. So we'll cover that. And we're going to cover what is like Boomi is a true iPaaS tool, integration platform as a service, and there are many other in market as well, like BizTalk, Logic Apps, TIPCO, Scribe Software, MuleSoft, Dell Boomi. MuleSoft is hybrid. TIPCO Scribe is also hybrid because they provide an IDE to develop a software and also a browser-based development tool like Dell Boomi. Even BizTalk as well. BizTalk is an on-premise and Logic Apps is a cloud provided by Microsoft. So these are the many tools which I have hands-on now, and then I can share my experience as well along with telling you is about Dell Boomi and why Dell Boomi, like we want to learn right now. Why not the other tools? So I'm going to tell that why. I mean, it's a number one leading iPaaS tool in the market as per the Gartner report as well, and it's a solid UI product which I have seen and easy to work with it and easy for build. Since we know that we all work with an agile project and all, we want to develop fast and we want to deploy fast and we want to run it maintain fast. So in that case, Dell Boomi works pretty fine with all these requirements. And what does Dell Boomi do? What are the capabilities of Dell Boomi and what are the benefits and non-benefits of using Dell Boomi? That will be covering almost in starting classes, and then we'll jump into the basics of integration along with development along with Dell Boomi. So here we'll be covering, I mean, it's almost at every part I touched in Dell Boomi to cover most of the things which needed to help the developer. So first we'll start with the core concepts. I'll walk through all the concepts of Dell Boomi and the UI part. Later we'll have our account setup uh, to access and start developing with it. And then the dashboard I'll go through where and all we can monitor the processes and how do we get to see how many documents are processed, the process reporting pages, and then the difference of atoms, molecules, and cloud atoms. There are multiple ways where we can develop a code and deploy them in atom or molecule or cloud atoms as well. And then actually this should be the first one where we're going to build, but once we cover all this, it will be easy for us after we build anything to deploy. Here we'll have all both the ETL, like scheduled process in a batches which will run and take the lakhs of records and dumps into your destination folder, and also real-time rests or SOAP services which accepts some input parameters and do the processing and send back the real-time response. That will be also covered. And the connector components. Majorly, we can work with the disk since it is free and you don't need any other party to use that. FTP can also be the same as disk. Database, we can set up a SQL server on our machines and we can try that out. Mail, I can explain. SOAP Express can be done, and Salesforce also we have a free trial account which can be experienced. If we learn these five, and it will be easy for to connect with any of the interfaces or any of the third-party applications like S4 HANA, uh, NetSuite, Workday, SuccessFactor. It can be anything. Since we don't get the trial account for that, I cannot show you in a training, but these can be shown. Once you know the one endpoint, it's everything is same for any other endpoint as well. And then the process components. While developing a process, rather than your logic, there are some components where we can use to help us with the development. Like for example, I might be getting in deeper, but let me cover basics of it. And the certificate component, encryption, if you're getting any data which is encrypted and then you want to decrypt it or sending it to a third party with encryption, that can also be done and covered. Document cache, storing of data in some temporary formats. Mapping is where uh, you map the source and destination format you want to convert. Like you are getting a flat file at source and converting them into an XML. Then the map helps in conversion of these formats. These are the functions, process, property components, queue, and deployment page, how do you deploy it, and how do you manage after a deployment. And then we can cover these ways, event-based integration. If some record got changes at the source and suddenly they send us an notification saying this account got changed, and how do we process it. And there are many available certification, free open book certification by Dell Boomi, which we can also help you guys to finish up that as well. So these are the pretty basic concepts which is covered for Dell Boomi for a developer course. Once we learn all these things, we'll be able to develop anything with Dell Boomi. Uh, so, I mean, you guys have logged into Dell Boomi portal and has seen what does it do or anything you guys have tried for that?
Yes, Kiran, I have.
Okay, I mean, what are the things that you explored in Boomi?
I have finished the developer one course.
Okay,
Yeah, so I'm
okay,
yet to finish the
Mhm.
certification of the developer one.
Okay. How do you feel like after going through Dell Boomi? Like, what did you face any complications or any doubts that you have?
Yeah, I feel it's pretty user friendly, but I
Mhm.
just like I'm confused, like where to use where. I mean, like for example, if they're using some shape, I'm like confused,
Mhm.
like why particular they shape has been used there. So the like basic logic was missing there. I was able to
Okay.
understand the concept, but
Mhm.
yeah, like there are
Okay.
some complications, like
Okay.
in
Okay.
depth
I
they
mean,
needed. Yeah.
okay. Cool. We can cover up that as well. And Abhishek, have you explored? I mean, do you know anything about it? I'm sure you
No,
might
I
have.
haven't.
No.
No, I have not explored it yet. I just
Okay.
heard about it. That's a
Mhm.
ETL tool and it's a data integration tool, and it's an
Okay.
iPaaS.
Okay. Okay. Okay, cool then. I mean, it's pretty much, I mean, I am not very sure about how Informatica works, but I know a little bit basic about I tried to log into the cloud Informatica and have seen the things over there. It's pretty same, but I feel the Boomi has more capabilities. I mean, that is meant for ETL and this is meant for ETL plus EAI as well. So both are, I mean, pretty same and difference together with that. Okay, Venkat,
Okay.
have you seen? I mean, uh,
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I looked at it, but I wanted to find out the difference, like what are all the codes in developer one, two, three.
sorry. Differences about?
No, not the differences. What are all the things covers in developer one, developer two, and developer.
Okay, I mean, in actually certification one, they have made it as a three, developer one, two, three, and all. But here I'll be covering most of the things till an architect certification level, which I have also done. I mean, with these things, when I cover this, you will be able to complete till architect certifications, I would say. Let me just check.
So
It's
you mean to
everything
say
about the
that?
developer. I'm not
Okay,
sorry.
developer, like why did they separate it to three different sessions, like developer one, two?
There are, I mean, if I get to the course detail as per Boomi Developer 1, Developer 2, Developer 3 course, it will be, I mean, some features are covered in Developer 1, some features are next part of it covered in Developer 2, Developer 3, but that is for learning from the scratch. But if an experienced guy training, then I'll go with the core concept and then we'll take the real-time scenarios and then we'll see how to apply those logic. But if I go through the course material provided by Dell Boomi, then I can just tell that okay, this is the component explorer and this is the certificate, this is the sales, but how do you use it in detail? So let's cover first, we'll cover what is each components does, and then we'll take up the real-time scenarios and see how each process helps us to build a process. And we also should know what does each component do, and also we'll say how it can be used. So these are the pretty basic components that we have.
More or less, it's going to be one course, but they separated it as 3 different sessions for the certificate.
I can't hear even cut. I'm not able to understand.
Okay, that's fine. I will talk later.
Okay. Okay, so these are the components and all. So anybody have any questions on, like, do we want to add anything, and what are the things that you want to take it from this training, and what are your expectations, like what do you want to do with it? So, can you guys, well, Abhishek, Rishma?
No, Giri, from my side, we don't have any.
Yeah, Giri, as I'm like currently working in other integration tools, so I want to move to Dell Boomi. So like I'm also trying in other companies to like switch to Dell Boomi. So I need that experience, like like, in case if I like move to other company, I need that experience to like work on real time projects and all. So that is what my expectation. Uh, did you get it, Gary? Am I audible?
That's fine. Hello.
Hello? Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Giri. Did you hear me? So, did you get that? Like what I have said?
Yeah. Okay. You can hear me properly now, right?
Yes, yes. Now I can hear.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I got to know that you are working with a integration tool right now already, and you want to switch by learning Dell into other companies as well. So this is the
Yes.
right time. I mean, now I see many openings on Dell Boomi and MuleSoft a lot in market. So if you learn either of the tool, which will be easy. But in comparison to MuleSoft and Dell Boomi is pretty easy for a starter to learn and get with it. MuleSoft is a little bit complex to learn at the start, but that is also, once you learn Dell Boomi, you can start learning that as well, because the multiple integration tools in hand is always good in the market.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the integration tool you are working right now?
A Java Enterprise Designer, JCAPS.
Okay, Java. JCaps. Okay, Java. Oh, I'm not sure about that tool. Okay. Okay. So I mean, so now I mean, let's. I mean, anyway, we know that we are gonna do the integration, but do you guys know where do we need the integration? Like a business, we have CRM and in ERP and success factors or any of the HR solutions. Uh, what and all. So we need the basic concepts of these as well to connect. So you guys know what is CRM and ERP and HR solutions? Anybody? Hello.
Yeah, actually CRM is basically customer relationship management, where we store and maintain the customer's data and all. And ERP is employee, it's a employee data, where we used to store and maintain the employee data. And these are the different structures data which has to be integrated at the same platform. Okay. So for that
Okay.
integration, we use this kind of integration tool.
Okay, so yeah, that's covers the basic. Correct. So I mean, every business will have a CRM because every business will have a customer and they want to have maintain a good relationship with the customer. So where they maintain the accounts data, if they get any lead or information about a customer who wants to buy our product, and we want to reach out to them and send the quotation and convert that into a booking. And this is how the business works for a sales user to help the customer to buy the products. And that's how the CRM comes in. And there are many in the market like Salesforce, Dynamics CRM, and N2. And ERP is the enterprise resource planning for a company which will have an orders, uh, shipments, quotations, transport management, order management, all these technical concept and the pricing, detail, maintenance, everything is done in an ERP. And the HR solution is for a company where they have a number of employees and they want to maintain their data with the salary solutions and all. So there will be a must and need for integration to integrate all these things together, since one cannot talk to each other without an integration because the file formats and all different. If there were talking to a different format, and there would have been no need for an integration. So every business now which runs will have a CRM, will have an ERP, and will have an HR solution. When they have all these three, and they need a integration for sure, whether it might be Dell, Boomi, MuleSoft, TIPCO, or Bestop, there is an integration scope in every company that we do. So that's where we are in our market, and we'll be getting jobs with that. So I think now, since the Dell Boomi is number one platform for that, then it's a good start for us to learn and get into this. Okay. Anything, any questions you guys have?
So Dell Boomi is a cloud integration tool, or it's a in-premise.
Okay, I can explain you the architecture right now. It will be easy for you guys as well. So okay, now you guys can see my screen, right?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay. This is system 1. This is system 2. This is cloud. This is another machine, and this one direct drawing. Okay, now this is my machine at my on-premise, which might be a laptop or a desktop. This is another system. For example, let's take it as a SQL, and this is can be taken as some flat file on a folder, CSV on a disk. Okay. So now you want to integrate two applications which are on-premise. This is the bridge between my cloud and on-premise. So if you want to connect the S1 SQL to CSV, that also can be done through Dell Boomi, and cloud to cloud as well, like Salesforce and NetSuite. You want to integrate together. This is SF and this is NetSuite. So you want to integrate Salesforce to NetSuite, cloud to cloud application. Boomi, this is Boomi will help to do that. And on-premise to on-premise, Boomi is a cloud-based, browser-based development tool. But however, you can install one agent on a box which will have access to both the SQL and CSV. So on an on-premise application, you want to fetch any data from your laptop or your machine, you just have to download one agent from here. Here we have, I'll just show you that Atom. We call it an Atom. In a Boomi Atomsphere platform, we have an Atom, which is a runtime agent, which is also called as a Windows service. Right now, I don't have any of this. So you just have to create one. You can download the 64-bit format or 34-bit format. It will just install a download. You just have to install it. If you just install it, Atom will make a connection to your agent to get the data from it. So that's how Boomi works between on-premise to on-premise and cloud to cloud as well, and from cloud to on-premise as well. This can also be worked because we have an agent in on-premise box which will have an internet access, so it can fetch the data from cloud-based applications like Salesforce and dump the data into SQL, and also it can pick the data from SQL and dump the data into S4. It's a browser-based, completely browser-based application, and without internet or browser you cannot develop anything in Dell Boomi. So you got the broader picture of how Dell Boomi works.
Yeah, got it.
Or do you have any doubt? Anybody have any doubt in this? How Dell Boomi works? That's a basic, demo first class to be covered. But however, I'm coming in right now. See, this should be pretty, simple and to understand. If you guys have any doubt on it, you can just ask me now.
Repeat one more time. Can you repeat?
Sorry, Venkat.
Can you repeat one more time?
I can't hear you, Venkat. Can you chat or can you send me in a chat? Like, what do you ask?
Say.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but not okay. You can talk.
Okay, just
Tell
repeat
me.
one more time.
Okay, this one, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now I'll show you in. So it's a browser-based application. Now you have a disk folder in your laptop, and you want to fetch the data from here. How does the browser will pick the data from your machine? Unless having any agent or anything to do with it. So there we go and download an Atom. I'll just show you right now. 64-bit local machine, not in the on-cloud. Local machine. On-cloud means Dell Boomi will provide its own cloud application, which will be hosted in their data center. But that will not have access to my laptop or my server or any of the on-premise application. So for that, we download an installer here, and there will be a security key token generated saying for what I downloaded, use this key to install. So this will be an installation file, which will run in my local laptop or server or anywhere on an on-premise, not on the cloud, on-premise applications that will have connect between my disk or FTP folders or SQL Server, Oracle DB, DB2, anything it can be. So with that, Boomi can interact in between here. Where is my highlighter? Let's use this. So with Boomi can integrate between all these cloud-based applications. So Salesforce to Salesforce, it will be used as a cloud integration. This will have an Internet Explorer. My local Atom, which is installed in on-premise, will have an internet access, which will talk to Salesforce and which will talk to NetSuite and send the data. Or the Boomi provided cloud agent as well can do that job in between connecting to two cloud applications. But however, when you want to talk to an on-premise application from a cloud application, you need to have an agent installed in your local on-premise application, which will have access to these machines. And then this will talk to SQL and CSV with the connection format between that. Is that clear right now? Or do you have any question in that?
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So anybody have any question? Vishek, do you have any questions, or like what is expected, or is it fine with the course material that we have and the plan to cover other things?
So how this Dell Boomi is different from other integration tool?
Okay. Um, okay. What I have experienced till now with the multiple integration tool is, okay, I can draw again and show this Dell Boom
Because I think the same
in
architecture is followed with the Informatica Cloud
every
also.
every application, even with the MuleSoft, even with the Logic apps, even with Scribe or TIPCO Scribe Online. This is the concept of how iPaaS works. Not only Boomi, I can say this is how the iPaaS tool works, or any ETL tool, browser-based development tools. There are many like Jitterbit, Workato, all works with the same concept. But how different in with respect to a development deployment means, but I can compare Boomi and MuleSoft. Boomi provides everything is integration platform as a service, but MuleSoft is a hybrid solution that they say you can develop things in IDE as well, and also in browser base. There are two things here. I can show you any point. One is Anypoint platform, where you develop the things in a browser. Anypoint Studio is a downloadable version where you can design even without an internet as well. Even if you don't have internet, you can download it online, offline, and you can develop the things with the studio, like IntelliJ IDEA or anything, Eclipse format, Eclipse based development tool. But with Boomi, you just need a browser, and you only need a browser. If there is no internet, then you can't build anything. That's the only difference with respect to development. But however, with respect to components, Boomi is providing everything on out of the box. It's almost like, I've been working with 2.5 years experience, and I feel whatever the things to develop for an MNC organization, any big players, everything is provided by Dell Boomi by default, and you don't need any custom coding of Groovy or JavaScript, but very minimal, unless you don't have anything from Dell Boomi to procure your requirement, and then you go for developing the things on a custom script here. But after that, you don't need anything to build on your own. It's just a pretty much drag and drop tool where you can build your interfaces in a faster way. You have the many processes here, which will, I mean, looks very less or something, but they are powerful, and you can execute anything with these commands. But however, in MuleSoft is meant for something. It's a API management platform. Also, it can be done ETL as well. This is that is used to build complex integrations if a company wants, and if a company wants everything on premise. I don't want to go to cloud anywhere. So then those can go with the MuleSoft as well, because the security is also a concern for some companies. Since it is cloud application, they will think that it's a cloud application. They might store our data and all. But to be frank, they don't have that much capacity to store our data as well. And why do they store the customer data when they? I mean, it's hard and difficult for them as well to store everything. They don't store any iPaaS tools. Doesn't store any data. They just persist it for some time and then they flush it out. And
Okay.
with respect to deployment, and Boomi also provides a one-click deployment here. You just select and add an environment and just click on development, and that will be done. One-click deployment. And there are uh, okay, but with respect to MuleSoft and many other tools, you can set up a Jenkins to for auto deployment and all. But for me, that is not available, or that is not needed as well. You can select all the process and deploy it once. So I don't need much more automation than this. And the uh, okay, and with respect to reporting management, user management, trading partner, everything is similar, one set and use. I would feel after going to multiple products, and this is the best powerful tool to learn easily and develop easily as well, and maintaining also in easy. That's what the major difference I would say. Other than that, everything does its own work and functionalities and meant for something. It is depends on a company or the requirement for that company and what they want to do with these tools. But if I have seen any of the requirement for ETL plus many of the processes needs to be implemented along with ETL, then I would suggest Dell if it is a basic component. If it is a custom something you want to develop some code in Java, you want to convert some application which is built on Java to MuleSoft and all. So then I would suggest MuleSoft, which is good for Java-based application. But doesn't mean that it can't be converted Dell Boomi. It can also be done, but it's a pretty much basic concept that we can use through Dell Boomi. Not the no, but in MuleSoft you can inject your code in every part of your integration, but not with the Dell Boomi. That's all.
Okay, got it.
Okay, then I have covered most of it. Rest of the time. So if you guys have any doubt on Dell Boomi or you have anything, then we can cover up right now. Reshma, you said you have one doubt in a process. If you can, I mean, if you are logged in, if you can share your screen and we can go through that now itself. Else we can cover in class as well. Anything is fine.
Yeah, Giri. In Delhi, like, do we have
Hmm.
anything like repository? So in general, in the our real time scenario, so we will have a repository, so where we
Hmm.
build all our like code and all, and keep it in repository so that the implementer will deploy it and implement it. So in Dell Boomi, so do we have something like where we can develop somewhere else and can deploy here?
No, no. As I told, it's a completely browser-based development. Yeah, everything you have to develop it here itself. There is no other way you can offline do it and all. So, but every company will have a internet explorer. I mean, internet, and there will be if they have a requirement, and you need an internet now. It's an IT world, so everything can be developed in browser itself, like drag and drop tool of this. I mean, you might have already worked with it. So once you save
But
and close, you will have the repository maintained in their own folder. There is no separate, you can download the processes from here. There is no option. Everything
yeah,
they
but
own it
it will
here.
be
Hmm.
accessible to everybody, right? For example, if I am like working on something else, so other persons also can be able to see like what I'm doing in case if they
Correct.
have done some changes.
But you can manage that as well. See, I mean in setup, I'll just go to setup. There is a lock and edit feature in Dell Boomi where you can lock your process so that nobody can see it. Only you can edit and only you can view that. There are user management. There are custom roles. Like here you can give an access to them. Read access to process and components. Build and read and write access for them. If they give this access, then they can read, or else you can restrict them as well. Any other integrate. But when you work with multiple teams where they collaborate, each one in separate components, most of the time we don't do it because we don't lock and we want to use it functionality. However, but whatever who has done any simply by mistake, nobody does anything to. I mean, while working with a real-time experience multiple team, you will have a revision history. If somebody have done anything, it will have a revision history. Okay, now I have added this set properties, but at the starting I didn't had that, so it will give the version of that as well. So even if somebody have done anything, then I can see what changes have been done here. I can revise this very easily as well. If I just click on save, this will be taken over than that. This is one option when we do the things. Our lock and edit feature also should be enabled. It is also good to have because you are developing things and they should not come back and do the development there as well. And there also we need an integration between team before we integrate the things. And one more thing is that okay, once you develop the things, everything is ready. You don't suddenly deploy it to production or anything by mistake as well. So there will be access for deployment. Even if you develop something by mistake, we can deploy it. This can also be restricted. But at first, we'll deploy it to test and deploy it to QA environment, and you can add as many number of environments we want. So only with that, everything will be tracked over here. So now, for example, this process I have not deployed. Now, if I want to deploy, okay, item I don't have. Even deployment also will be tracked. Everything we have a tracking. Everywhere you have the revision history of everything. Like for connection as well, we have a revision history. If somebody modified the connection, that will also. So when we have a revision history, nobody does anything mistake because that will be tracked and that cannot be deleted. You get that?
Yeah, good.
Any other questions? Okay, then if nobody has any questions, we can touch back later with the course if you guys are interested. Okay, then nice talking to you guys. When Srinivas will get in touch with you when for the course schedule and all. We can meet again.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Vivek. Thanks.
Thank you.